It was a 20-hour journey for the Philippines team to make it here to Delmarva. Eastern shore of Maryland and Delaware, they take on the host team, Delaware, in the Senior League Softball World Series. First place on the line in pool play, a pair of 3-0 teams in Pool A. 10 teams begin pool play, 8 of them advancing, 4 from each side into our single elimination bracket that starts tomorrow morning. Senior League, the highest level of Little League, ages 13 to 16 in a 7-inning game unless there's a run rule. And we've got some pretty potent offenses today who have run ruled some teams already this week. Asia Pacific 3-0, won by a run rule over Southwest yesterday. Delaware played maybe the game of the tournament yesterday, knocking off the team from Brazil representing Latin America 6-5 in the nightcap. Alongside the former two-time SEC champion Riley West, my name is Joel Godek. Glad to have you along with us. First place on the line, big bats at the plate.
Yeah, this game is going to be a lot of fun, and I like that they're already getting kind of that playoff feel, that elimination feel in this game. It's playing for first place, so you're already playing for something, so you kind of can feel that intensity up here in the booth already.
And with that intensity comes your best starting pitcher, Sierra Lewis, inside the circle to take on a batting order that dropped 18 runs in 3 innings yesterday against Southwest. What stood out to you about the Philippines offense?
The amount of line drives they hit. They were almost playing pepper, not full swing, so staying through extension. You expect them to do the same, just finding gaps within the field.
The Evangelistas reached base 10 times between them yesterday. Sierra Lewis appearing for the 3rd time in 3 days. A lot of work out of her arm, threw more than 100 pitches yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see what she has today. Rena Rose Evangelista takes a first pitch strike, and we are underway on Thursday here in Delaware. Rena Rose Evangelista, Melissa Evangelista, Ralaine Evangelista, a third of the Philippines lineup, sisters and a cousin, 10 for 10 reaching yesterday.
Yeah, if you had the last name Evangelista, you were on base, so I know their family was excited yesterday, probably got a good celebration post-game meal, but a quick turnaround for both of these teams, especially Delaware. They finished later than the game on Lions Field, the field we're on, so the Philippines maybe got 30 minutes of extra sleep over Delaware, but when we talked to Delaware's manager, Clinton Lutz, he told us that he kind of had to get them going a little bit today. It was a slow morning. You could tell that they didn't get to sleep until 1 or 2 a.m. So definitely playing a factor in this game for both of these teams, the quick turnaround.
Delaware is the host team. They are, though, staying in the team hotel, so they didn't all have to go home across the state. So they get the experience of being in the hotel with the rest of the teams traveling in from around the country and around the world. Maybe that's better or worse, trying to get some more sleep. And the pitch misses downstairs. Lewis did walk 5 yesterday against Latin America, and this is an unbelievably patient Philippines team. Ladriel Herodias with Harris and Brock up the middle behind Lewis. Jordan Bowe played a great third base yesterday, made the final out of the game to shut down Latin America. And a bunt back foul.
Yeah, and with how much Sierra Lewis has pitched so far in this tournament, her Achilles heel has kind of been those free passes. It is hot today, a 2 p.m. start, the sun is beating down, so a lot of innings already on Sierra Lewis's arm, and a lot more to come in this tournament. And so she needs to be as efficient as possible in this heat.
That one just missed to even things out. How true is the heat impact? Like, there's always the things that us media types now like to talk about. Welcome to the club. But from your playing days, how much did a hot day under the sun midday like this bother you? Bunt popped up, caught by Bowe, and she'll get just one with the look back to Evangelista.
A good job by Lewis to see this sacrifice bunt coming and continuing to spot a rise ball on the top of the zone. Rise ball is one of the tougher pitches to bunt, and Herodias just didn't get quite on top of it, top half. But back to your question of how much does the heat play into the mental side, honestly, it's something that...
Smacked out towards center field. Lutz is there, and there are very quickly 2 down.
Yeah, the heat is something that I think is more mental than it is physical at times. For pitching, could be more physical because you want to be hydrated because you're sweating a little bit more. But mentally, both teams are playing in it. So if you don't let that become a factor for your team, you're going to be in a better spot. But if you're constantly talking about it in the dugout, constantly making it a thing, that's when I think it can affect teams.
Cleanup hitter Erica May Gonzalez is the pitcher. 6 hits in the tournament, that ranks 3rd in the field. Squares early to get a read. And a high strike. Gets Lewis ahead in the count. Troy Richardson, our crew chief, is behind the plate. And a 4-person umpiring crew. Also, Delaware is the host team. They get the black jerseys. They look cool, but really tough when it's 90+ degrees. That's in the dirt, and Evangelista will skitter on down to second.
Yeah, the black uniforms. Black is always nice for players as well as parents who are washing the uniforms because you don't have to deal with the white, scrubbing it off. But definitely attracting probably a little bit more sun than the Philippines with the tan jerseys.
Chopped toward third, Bo. Long throw, made easy. So the leadoff walk bears no fruit. And in a battle for first place, we are scoreless through a half. Clint Litz's team has put up some runs in this tournament, 27 of them to start out 3-0. Battle for first place this morning against the Philippines. Journey Hearn will lead things off. Had the eventual game-winning home run against Latin America in the 6th inning yesterday, but pretty much anybody in this lineup can hit. Notable, a lot of R's in that left column.
Yeah, kind of the opposite of the Philippines. Philippines, a lot of lefties, then opposite on the right-handed side.
They'll face Erica May Gonzalez, who went the full 7, 5 hits, 3 runs against Latin America, 120 pitches. That, though, contrary to Sierra Lewis, 2 days ago, she did not throw for the Philippines yesterday.
Yeah, Erica May Gonzalez fully rested. A smart decision for the Philippines to give her that extra rest because of the heat today. Erica May Gonzalez rise ball change up. Excited to see her spin it through the zone.
The Evangelistas right up the middle. At shortstop, second base, and center field, Sheena Joy Panteria, the defensive leader behind the plate. With Gonzalez in the circle. Philippines got it started with a leadoff walk, could not make anything of it. This tournament's been interesting because the better teams have A, put up a lot of runs, and B, run-ruled a fair amount of teams. When you get these types of matchups, it becomes really interesting because momentum really matters. And a first pitch strike to her.
Erica May Gonzalez, she's going to throw a rise ball, but she throws it at every level. So that one tailed up, but she was still able to spot it for a strike. Those are the hardest rise ball pitchers to beat. One that can throw it for a strike, so it is hard to lay off. And then one that can go up in the zone and make it unhittable, kind of like that previous pitch.
Best way to stay on a rise ball is what?
Top half. Think kind of chopping wood, tomahawk, try and hit a ground ball, because the spin, if you counter it with the down plane, it usually can turn out to a line drive.
Again, high this time, Hearn lays off. The right fielder has a cycle for the tournament. Had a triple against the East team in game 1. A ball and 2 from Gonzalez. Fouled away, we'll do it again. I like the communication you see from the Philippines group as well. Almost between every pitch, you'll see Gonzalez turn around, shows the ball to the defense, everyone gets on the same page, regroup, deep breath, go to work. Again, the 1-2.
And a good hold by Hearn, the batter on that rise ball. She's seen about 4 rise balls just in this at-bat already. So Erica May Gonzalez is going to live on the top half of the zone, and Hearn passing this information to all of the batters behind her.
Takes just low, and the count runs full. Hearn is the youngest player on this roster. What does it tell you about her maturity? A, that she's given the leadoff spot, and B, that she takes at bats like this.
That's a tough call. Goes against Erica May Gonzalez. A good spot by her, freezing Hearn.
3-2, flag to left. Tailing foul, it'll get out of play.
But back to your question, Joel, the maturity. I mean, you can see in the box how calm and collected she is. Kind of her emotions stay neutral. You can't tell if she's going 3 for 3, 0 for 3, and that's what you want out of a leadoff batter. Someone who can stay consistent no matter the count, no matter the day. You want them to be able to get on base no matter how they're feeling.
Pitch number 8. Put in play toward left and put out of play toward left. Just a little bit ahead of the last 2.
Yeah, but slowly made herself more on time. Swung and missed earlier to start this at bat, so she's on time. Just, we saw her pull a lot of foul balls when we saw her a few days ago. Now just trying to hit one more forward.
Again popped it foul. So we are now on pitch 10 of the opening at bat in the bottom of the first inning. Sierra Lewis threw 12 in the entire top half of the first inning.
Yeah, kind of the opposite, but for Erica May Gonzalez, she's having to work really hard. Credit to Journey Hearn to see this many pitches. Now the team in the dugout knows kind of what Erica May is going to.
Pay off again. Popped up again, foul.
I saw a lot of foul balls from Journey Hearn to the left side and continuing to see that. So she's definitely a pull hitter. I know pitchers don't like to throw change-ups early in the game, try and maybe get through the lineup one time before you bring out a different speed, but I think now would be the perfect time to pull it out.
And that got her. So after all of that, Journey Hearn earns herself a free bag, and the leadoff runner is aboard. And she is maybe unaboard. This could be foul off the knob.
You can see it hit her right wrist, but it did kind of sound a little bit like a foul ball, but that replay, you see her glove on that back wrist kind of move a little bit. The Philippines coaching staff immediately said foul ball, and Hearn, she looked back a few times, didn't sell it too much going down to 1. Sometimes as a softball player, you gotta do a little acting to convince the umpires of the right call.
Adeline Lutz drops down the bunt. Really great placement. Nearly got herself a hit out of it, but it's a sacrifice. Goes 2-4. Yeah, on the hit by pitch, Troy Richardson, the home plate umpire, went over to Rodolfo Ipurong and said, "You want me to check it?" He said, "No, no, no."
Number 6, Carly Kruger.
It's great placement by Lutz to sacrifice herself. That pitch was really tight and on the inside corner. She adjusted her hands to get her barrel to that ball. That was one of the best bunting techniques we've seen all tournament.
And a first pitch strike to Carly Kruger with a runner in scoring position. Kruger 0 for 3 yesterday, 2 for 10 for the tournament, although has knocked in 3. Sun beating down. And takes a high strike. The zone is higher. That's been consistent here through now the first 6 batters. Strikes have been there at the letters, not so much at the knees.
Yeah, and one thing about when you get a zone, you like it to be consistent. Even if you don't agree with maybe not getting the bottom half, at least you know what you will get rather than it kind of changing.
Takes a cut at one of those high pitches.
But that really works for Erica May Gonzalez, a rise ball pitcher. If you can get the upper part of the zone called, we've seen it for different pitchers throughout the tournament. The one that comes to mind is South Carolina's Kate Sheely. The first game, she's a draw ball pitcher, was not getting the bottom half of the zone. Second game she played, got the bottom half, completely different ball game for her.
And there's strike 3, top half of the zone. Carly Kruger goes down looking. And Erica May Gonzalez taking advantage.
Rise ball pitchers get a lot of strikeouts looking because they're constantly going in the up part of the zone, and then players tend to guess at if a ball is going to continue to rise up or stay in the zone. And so Erica May Gonzalez did a good job putting that one in the strike zone, still spinning it.
Kimora Harris right back up the middle. And a wave around third. Hearn comes in to score. Harris into second. RBI number 10. It's the best of the tournament.
And that's exactly how you counteract a rise ball pitcher. Look at how she's top half of the ball. A completely flat and level swing on a pitch that's rising from the letters, or excuse me, from the waist to the letters. And the best part of that from Harris is that she attacked the first pitch. So with the rise ball pitcher, they're trying to get ahead so they can go further up in the zone. So a great game plan, great execution.
First pitch ball to Emma Jackson. Officially, that's going to be a single, E8, to put Kimora Harris at second base. It is still an RBI, though. Glad you mentioned the first pitch thing, because you talked about it a ton yesterday, especially with some uncertainty in the zone, getting some of those high strike calls. If you see something good, just go take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your hack in the beginning. You don't want your at-bat to be up to the umpire, up to the pitcher, what she wants to throw. Your batting average is a lot higher in hitters' counts than it is in pitchers' counts. And I can't say it enough. I'll probably continue to say it throughout this game, especially against a rise ball pitcher. Attack early.
A little bit late. Philippines fell behind yesterday as well. Trailed 1-0. Starting pitcher lasted 3 batters. And there is strike 3 called to Emma Jackson. They are behind again here, 1-0. See how they can bounce back as we go to the second.
The second inning, and Delaware is up 1-0 against the Philippines. But the Philippines pitcher, Erica May Gonzalez, had herself a day the other day against Brazil. Just strikeouts after strikeouts, using that rise ball, and then up to bat, hitting the ball hard. Line drive after line drive. What can she not do? Getting on base for her team, getting it done in the circle, and see her out there in the circle. 2 strikeouts last inning.
And really good composure. Able to battle through, although gives up the early run. Philippines trailed 1-0 yesterday, then put 18 across in 3 innings. So we'll see the bounce back here for Jax Fontias to lead off the second. First pitch, hunting, and a healthy cut.
Yeah, that's one way to figure out if you were on time or not. Fontias a little bit late, but if she took that pitch she would have had to take a swing to really figure out if she was on time. So I like the early swings.
Falls behind 0-2. Fontillas knocked in a couple of runs as part of the 18-run onslaught yesterday. 11 runs in the second inning. Everybody reached, everybody scored.
Just speaks to how potent this offense is for the Philippines.
High and tight.
And Joel, we'll get into a little bit later of your conversation with the Philippines staff on kind of their secret mojo to their offensive success. Really cool. I won't spoil it, I'll let you say it.
It's a team that hits 1 through 9. Down on strikes goes Fontillas. Don't let that impact what we're about to say. They hit for power 1 through 9 too.
And quick work by Sierra Lewis. What she's going to have to do in this heat after pitching over 100 pitches yesterday, really utilize that rise ball. And I think she learned from the previous inning with Erica May Gonzalez, the pitcher for the Philippines, getting the top part of the zone. So if another pitcher is getting top part, why not use it to your advantage as well?
First pitch strike, Relaine Evangelista. One of the 3 Evangelistas. She scored 3 times yesterday. Again, Philippines, one of the smaller teams in the field, but they get really solid contact. They train up. Ball and a strike. Said to the coaching staff while they were warming up today, like, what is the secret? And they said, well, it's the training. So we said, well, what is the training? They actually train with some of the university-age softball players, men's and women's, back home in the Philippines. A little bit low to make it 2-1. So yeah, you're coming to see some of the best softball pitching in the world in the Senior League World Series ages 13 to 17, but when they train, usually every other week leading up to big tournaments, it's with 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
I can't imagine at this age when I was playing getting to train with collegiate players, because that must slow this game down for them. Although, like you said, this is the best of their age group. But when you're playing up with people that have been in college, it's got to feel a lot different.
2-2, backhanded at shortstop, and Harris's throw to first is nice. One of the best fielding teams in the field, Delaware.
When we asked the coaches about Harris, their shortstop, they said all around just a gifted athlete, and this play is gifted. 5-6 hole. He thought off the bat it was going to be a hit in the hole, and she just easily got there. Then an accurate throw to complete the play.
And now Melissa Evangelista. 6 runs total in the tournament for the Philippines. And she pulls the bunt to take one low. I mean, what do you think it's like if you're 14 years old to face university pitching? And the coaches have talked about how big a deal university softball is in the Philippines. University of the Philippines is a big target destination for a lot of these players.
Yeah, it's got to, number one, be intimidating. I can imagine my age and training with players like Rachel Garcia or Alicia Ocasio. That would be the age kind of difference. But it also has got to give you a lot of confidence that if you can train with them, you can definitely play at a high level against your same age.
Little half swings dug up by Bo. No dice yet for the Philippines offense today, though. Still hitless through 2 and down a run to Delaware. Who was going to win Pool A? Two 3-0 teams in Delaware did it with the bats against Latin America and Southwest Texas.
And the same player who got it going for this game to score the run, Kimora Harris, got it going yesterday, had a home run, and then Ava Brock wanted a piece of it as well. Just gap hitting, a little 5-6 or down the line action. Delaware can swing the bat, and when you talk to their manager, Lutz, he actually said that he wished they continued to score throughout the game. They got a lot of runs in the beginning, held the lead, but today against a team in a lineup as potent as the Philippines, they definitely want to continue to scratch and run across every inning. Pick up where they left off last inning.
Pitcher Sierra Lewis leads things off. Delaware manufactured a run with a hit by pitch, a sacrifice, and a single in the first inning. First pitch hunting, that is out of play.
I think the free passes today are going to be the make or break for both teams, because when you give a good offense a free pass, they take advantage. So Delaware already took advantage of Erica May Gonzalez's free pass.
Make it a ball and a strike. It was Journey Hearn that took that hit by pitch last inning. It was the 10th pitch of the plate appearance. A lot of times we talk about it as the impact on the pitcher. What is Erica May Gonzalez thinking? But if you're a hitter, what was going through Journey Hearn's mind pitch after pitch after pitch?
Yeah, she was definitely probably getting more confident the more she saw. As the first batter, you're put at a disadvantage sometimes of not knowing, not having a scouting report on the pitcher. You're there kind of just as like the test dummy to see what they can throw, and so Hearn did a great job of helping herself, but also helping her team. When you see 10 pitches in an at-bat, you almost see it all, so there's kind of that confidence in the box of what have I not seen? It can't be much.
Couple of balls, couple of strikes to Lewis. Did you ever hit leadoff coming up?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially in high school. It was really fun.
There's a swing and a miss, down on strikes to begin an inning. And right back in the driver's seat, third of the day for Gonzalez. It brings up Jordan Bowe.
Gonzalez has great spin on this rise ball. It's been really hard for Delaware to adjust. She gets her fingers underneath it and then spins it. I like that when she has two strikes, she makes it an unhittable pitch. So it's starting at the letters, it looks enticing, and then it continues to rise kind of at the helmet.
And again, pretty consistent on both sides. The low one has not been there. The high one has been there. Bowe jumps out. 1 ball, no strikes.
And both Erica May Gonzalez for the Philippines and Sierra Lewis for Delaware, they both have rise balls. So I'm sure they're actually really liking the zone. I can't speak for the hitters as much because some like the lower part, but the pitchers are probably loving the zone right now.
Seven, 8, 9 here with 1 out in the second. And Bowe now 1 and 2. When you see a rise ball that's starting to move out of your path and you've already committed to swinging, A, at what point do you realize you've made a mistake, and B, how do you salvage it?
You probably don't realize it until you see it not go fair because of how quick the rise ball is coming in. But if you're hacking at it, you might as well just tell yourself, try and hit a ground ball.
And Bowe cuts through one, down on strikes. That is 3 straight for Gonzalez. Bouncing back real nice after that RBI knock from Harris.
And this rise ball was actually spotted lower than the previous one, so she went up out of the zone, got Bowe to chase, and then for the strikeout, started a rise ball at the belt, and it rose to the letters, so just able to throw this at multiple zones. It's very effective, extremely hard to lay off of.
Comes inside on Ava Brock. Second baseman, whose father played collegiately at Delaware Tech nearby, then transferred to West Virginia before playing professionally in the independent leagues, and then at 27 years of age getting signed by the Miami Marlins. That's flipped back. Talk about perseverance. Typically it goes the other way around. You do independent ball on the way out, but to go the independent ball route, grind it out for a few years, and then make your way to A Advanced Jupiter. That's grit that's been passed down to Ava Brock now in the 8 hole here. 0-2. Got her high again. Gonzalez lives up in the zone. 4 straight strikeouts. And it's still just 1-0 Delaware. You can find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All the official handles at Little League. Don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS when talking about Little League, Junior League, Senior League on social media. The Philippines team not allowing a run through the regionals, 111-0. And then a 21-hour travel journey with a couple of flights and a 2.5-hour bus ride to make it here to Delaware out of Bulacan in the Philippines. First pitch from Sierra Lewis, misses downstairs to yesterday's winning pitcher, Carlene Jade Santos. Bulacan founded in the 1500s, where the very first Philippine Republic was established in the late 1800s. Swings through, it's 1-1. They're known for their pastillas in Bulacan, in case you haven't had lunch yet.
I wish that they brought some. I don't know if they would be able to last the long plane ride, but a lot of them wrote on their surveys that that was their favorite food. And so, yeah, close to lunchtime, or I should have ate lunch before we started talking about food.
A ball and 2 strikes. 8-9-1 due up for the Philippines, still looking for their first hit. And it's 2-2. 4 million people from Bulacan. 24 of them have made the trek, including players, coaches, and a couple of supporters here to Delaware. Philippines is one of the most dominant international teams in Senior League tournament history. Let's flip back foul. We're now in 50 years of the Senior League Softball World Series. Only one non-American team has ever won the championship. 3 from Latin America have, but they were all Puerto Rican. It's America. Only one international team beyond that has won, and it was the Philippines in 2018. Ground ball, and it's foul. When you think about the culture of softball, and the coaches are very upfront about it, like, it's hard in the Philippines to find equipment, to find funding, to find support. They're very well supported, but it is a communal effort to put this team together, to train throughout the year, and then to make this trip. 2-2.
Yeah, I really enjoyed talking to the Philippine staff because of their gratitude for Little League as a whole and how it's brought their community together. And I enjoyed talking to them that this is a lot of their players' big dream in life, to be able to play in America and have a chance to continue their careers, to play in college, help them get their education.
A little humpback liner to third. That is the second time that has happened today, and now 4 of the first 8 outs have been made by Jordan Bowe over at third base.
Number 18.
And we talked to Clint Lutz, the manager for Delaware. He said that Jordan Bowe's locked down third base. Look at how tight that pitch is. Just a great spot by Sierra Lewis.
Now Princess Siason looking for her first hit of the tournament. Starts at first base today, was yesterday's starting pitcher. Turn over the lineup. The only one to reach so far today has been Rena-Rose Evangelista, who's standing on deck. You can see the adjustment here. Philippines players are going after the high stuff because A, they know it's getting called, and B, they know it's coming.
Yeah, definitely. The zone has been the upper part from pitch one. It has not changed, so you can either make an adjustment or continue to let it be you, and the Philippines are doing a good job, although fouling them off, a better job of attacking that zone.
That is the highest of the pitches thrown today.
You know, I like when pitchers, even if it goes over the catcher's head to the backstop, even if it bounces in the dirt, I love when pitchers try and bring out their changeup. Continue to bring it out, continue to adjust. It will spot. Just got to continue to trust it.
Lewis. Low. And this is the point in the game when you want to start mixing it in.
Yeah, definitely. Usually pitchers, especially the older they get at the collegiate level, they try and get to the lineup the first time without changing speeds, so that when you see the lineup the second time, you can utilize a different speed and mess with their timing. So it's almost like they're seeing a different pitcher every at-bat.
Count runs full just off the plate.
Now that pitch is just not being called at that level. From our angle, it's tough to see if it was outside, but kind of that mid-thigh range is not being called. But it's consistent across both sides. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think that was more so because of the vertical location on outside to the lefty batter rather than height.
Payoff. Same spot. So ball four puts Siosin on. And now Evangelista at the top of the order, who walked, advanced on a wild pitch, could not make it past second base in the first inning.
I like this meeting by catcher Sophia Bowen to go and talk to her pitcher, Sierra Lewis. It can be challenging sometimes when you have a zone that maybe you don't agree with, but there's nothing you can do to change it. You can play to it. The other pitcher has got to do the same thing. So good job by Bowen just to kind of break up the pace, talk to Sierra Lewis. If I'm Lewis, I'm going to stay at that spot. Maybe not with two, or maybe not with a full count, but I'm going to stay at that spot to maybe entice the Philippines to stretch their own zone.
Bunted back. Lewis had 5 walks against Brazil last night. The 2 today. The 1 to Evangelista in the first. The 1 to Siosin here. She's thrown 11 innings in the tournament. 3 in the first game, 5 2/3 in the second, and now today. And didn't get the high one there.
With both these teams both being 3-0, this game for first place, you can kind of guarantee that the team that loses will still make it into the elimination bracket, or you can guarantee they'll be second place.
Back to Lewis, looked to second, and takes just the 1 out.
So what I was saying is, I'm kind of surprised they went with Lewis again, knowing that they're about to get into single elimination, but a great play by Lewis, the comebacker. Watch how she's calm, checks second, realizes she doesn't have to play, able to still get the out at 1. I like the check. I mean, she's heads up, she knows what to do when she gets the ball, but still getting it out at 1. A big difference between 1 and 2 outs, especially when a runner is on second base.
Now Herodias. Siosin was dancing over at second base. Herodias popped up a bunt her first time. Still looking for their first hit today. 1 here could tie the game up in the third. 2 balls, no strikes. It was an 8-pitch battle for Jade Santos. That began the inning. She popped up to third, but really set the table for Siosin to walk. Now it's second. 3 balls and no strikes. Longest workload inning for Lewis. 20th pitch coming up here. (3-0). And one to get it over. If Herodias gets on, Philippines have to feel real good about the heart of the order. Sheena Joy Panteria awaits on deck. She's second in the tournament right now with runs knocked in. Erica May Gonzalez behind her is third in hits. And they're going to come to bat. So 2 walks here in the third. Runners at first and second, and here is Panteria. 6 hits, third in the tournament, 7 RBI, second in the tournament. And she went up hacking her first time through, hammered one to center, although nothing to show for it.
Yeah, good at bat, good attacking, like you said. That's how you beat a pitcher like Sierra Lewis. He throws a rise ball, we've seen it be called, but to kind of be leading the tournament with runs batted in says a lot about the people that are getting on before you. A little helmet switch. You don't see that much. We saw a bat switch yesterday.
What do we think happened? Do we think they grabbed the wrong one? Do we think one is more comfortable?
They probably grabbed the wrong one in the dugout and then got the opportunity here with the timeout to change it out.
Coach,
or maybe
she's got my helmet at second. I can't hit with this one. Panteria walks at first and second. Down a run. Showed bunt. 0-1 on the taken strike. What is Clint Lutz talking to his staff about, his infield, Lewis, in this situation during that meeting?
He's probably saying, you got 2 outs, get an out.
Hard hit to Bo. Defensive stud today. Don't worry about the ones on base. Get the one at the plate. 1-0. Little League and ESPN, proud members of the Aspen Institute's Project Play 6330. It's focused on getting 63% of kids playing sports by the year 2030. You can learn more about what Little League is doing to get kids on the field and all about ESPN Take Back Sports Initiative by visiting littleLeague.org/Project Play. Little League is free for all of these athletes. Their trip here is free. It's about having the place to come and play the sport, which Delaware has done with a 1-0 lead here in the third. Although Erica May Gonzalez has really figured things out because she's struck out 4 straight. How does Sophia Bowen crack her here?
Well, Sophia Bowen is the catcher, so she knows the zone kind of better than anyone else in her lineup, and I expect her to use that to her advantage. Kind of leave the pitches that are a little bit lower thigh alone. And she took a good hack at probably the best pitch to go for with the rise ball pitcher, the lower pitch, because everything else, if it starts somewhere, it's definitely going to rise. So she started swinging at something that was mid-thigh. It rose a little bit towards her belt.
Really gotten control of the upper part of the zone. End of the first inning, certainly in the second inning. But was hitting her spots right across Delaware on the front of those jerseys. By the end of the second, Delaware's District 3 was kind of guessing. And again, hunting high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here to Bowen in the 9 spot. Journey Hearn waits next. She of the 10 pitch, hit by pitch. That eventually led to the only run of the game back in the first. 2-2. Got her on the inside corner. That is strikeout 5 in a row, 6 total.
Yeah, and Joel, you just mentioned it. Delaware kind of guessing. This is another one of those at-bats when the player is guessing. With the rise ball pitcher, you get a lot of strikeout lookings because they expect the ball to continue to rise up. And really good pitchers like Erica May Gonzalez, they know that. So with 2 strikes, they continue to go right at batters like that one. Almost looked like a fastball, didn't even have that up spin. So just nailing her spots, really utilizing the inside corner to the right-handed batters.
And Journey Hearn takes a pitch. No surprise there. The youngest player on this roster, entrusted at the top of the order, has set the table nicely all tournament. Blasted what eventually turned into the game-winning homer yesterday.
And Hearn is kind of sometimes a pitcher's dream first batter, a lot of foul balls. So she is hacking away and pulling them to the left side. So if you put it over the inside part of the plate, she has tended to hit those fouls. So pitchers can get ahead of her, but also could be a pitcher's nightmare because if you throw something on the outer corner, she can very much hit it fair, even if it's a ball off.
Equipment manager's worst nightmare, though. Just inside.
You have to go find a lot of these foul balls.
It's like these foul balls aren't free. Gonzalez checking the defense. It is exceptionally deep in the outfield. And then Helista is almost on the warning track in center. Check swing.
And I just love the usage of the upper inner half by Erica May Gonzalez. When you talk about effective velocities in the game of softball, it means different locations for pitches feel like different speeds. So an inside pitch feels a lot faster when it's on the upper part of the zone than it might feel on the down part or outside.
Went off speed.
So that fastball that was up and in, or excuse me, that rise ball up and in, probably felt 3 or 4 miles per hour faster than that same pitch on the outer half, which made that changeup even more effective and even more of a differential in speeds.
Gonzalez's second full count, both to Hearn. That's smoked. Curling, it's gone, but it's way foul. I'll tell you, that's the 3rd or 4th that Hearn has put out of the park, but missing fair territory by about 15, 20 feet. How do you straighten it out?
Yeah, she starts with her stance open, then closes it up. But it's a matter of keeping her shoulder closed as she has her swing. Her shoulder's opening just a tad early. That's why her balls are foul. If she keeps it closed and tries to think about hitting it to center, she might hit it just to left field.
3-2, wrapped foul. Siosin at first base just before that pitch turned around and kept waving the outfield back further.
I love the communication for the Philippines. After every pitch, players are looking at one another. And sometimes it's not about telling each other where to go with the ball because you know, no one on, we're going one, but it's just about the constant communication. So in the back of your mind, you don't even have to think when the ball comes to you. You know exactly what you're doing when you get it.
Again, the payoff. Again, a foul ball. Hearn has now seen 20 pitches. She has seen almost 2/3 of the pitches that Gonzalez has thrown in this game.
She is definitely doing the job of a leadoff batter, making the pitcher work, passing information to players behind her. Now, Erica May Gonzalez can spot a changeup, might entice Hearn to hit the ball fair.
Again, the payoff. Got her! Called at the knees. Thought she had drawn ball 4, but that is strikeout number 6 in a row.
Erica May Gonzalez wins the battle against Hearn this time. Last time she faced her, a hit by pitch, that free pass. And this is just competing at its finest, attacking the same zone that she continued to attack against Hearn. That inside corner this time just working a little bit lower in the zone.
2 down for Lutz, and she takes strike 1. 6 straight strikeouts, 7 total. 4 of them are looking. Riley, what does the 4 looking piece of that stat tell you?
I mean, she's kind of getting in the heads of the Delaware batters. Rise ball pitchers tend to do that. Makes people guess.
Little dinker into center field. You'll take it right now. Second hit of the day.
With the rise ball pitcher, you always have to think top half, and that's what Lutz did a good job of, hitting the top half of this ball. Didn't really move as much as other rise balls that Gonzalez has thrown, so Lutz did a good job of not letting that one go. With the rise ball pitcher, you're probably going to get one decent strike that's not really spinning outside of the zone. You got to be ready when it comes, and that's what Lutz did.
Strike high to Kruger, drawing the ire of the Delaware bench. Kruger was one of those looking Ks in the first. Up a run with a runner on. Gets on that to left field. Dovetailed away from Santos, and Delaware is going to plate another. Lutz comes across. Scooting into third, the wave. Kruger slides. Safe! Inside the poker for Carly Kruger. 3-0 Delaware.
And Kruger absolutely demolished this pitch. Upper half of the zone, gets flat with it, able to get the ball past left fielder Jade Santos, and that's always a tough read when the ball is going towards the line because there's no backup for the left fielder if it gets past. And Kruger turned on the Jets. She absolutely just fired up her dugout, her fans, the crowd. And kind of some emotions from the fans of Delaware, not agreeing with all of the strike calls, but that's one way to kind of get that momentum back on your side, is to have a swing like that on the upper part of the zone and then use your legs to get an inside the park home run. It's a really good job, an adjustment from the previous 2 Delaware batters on the upper part of the zone with Erica May Gonzalez.
Timeout called by Iparong. Calls in his entire infield. You mentioned momentum. It is awfully fickle, is it not? Right? You've got Gonzalez cruising. She's struck out 6 in a row. We're talking about how Delaware's batters are guessing, and then you get a little kind of duck snort into center field for a single, and then 2 pitches later, it's 3-0.
Yeah, softball's a game of momentum, and it can switch in just one pitch.
Off the face mask. Harris fouling it away. Clint Lutz very quickly out with his best player.
I've been there before, catching when this has happened to players. Fouling off a ball right to the face, even with a face mask. I couldn't quite tell the bare eye exactly where it hit, but by the way Harris went down, did not look good.
She has rolled over and is now sitting upright.
And good thing she was wearing a face mask, because without that face mask, without the protection, could have been really bad on her feet now, but
Bring down an ice pack.
Ice pack and water brought out for her. I think a large part of that has to be the shock, too. You're not expecting to hit yourself in the face.
yeah, and
So she
especially
catches the flap of the helmet, before the pain actually settles in, there's the oh gosh part.
Yeah, it knocked her helmet off, and so you know a pitch is thrown hard, and then the foul ball off the bat makes it even faster. So definitely some shock. Also, the face mask, as it was getting knocked off, could have hit her nose and her forehead. It's the athletic trainer kind of touching her forehead, so definitely uncomfortability, but glad to see her on her feet, taking some drinks of water. A little smile there, so that always tells you something positive.
A 17-year-old high school junior. Helmet back on. Clint Lutz saying probably the most gifted player on the team. Statistically has shown that this week. And shakes it off to step back in. Base is empty. 2 down. Harris, little hump back to short. And the inning is over. Most important piece there is that Kimora Harris is okay. Her team gets 2 runs on the inside the Parker. Three 0 as the Philippines look for their first hit heading to the 4th inning. Their pitcher, Erica May Gonzalez, will lead things off. Sometimes softball is an unjust sport because she has thrown a very good game. 7 strikeouts, but an inside the park home run after 6 straight strikeouts has Delaware in the driver's seat. How does the Philippines get its offense going?
Yeah, it starts getting leadoff runner on. You got to have a runner on with no outs and less than 2, be able to move them around, get something going in a tight ball game that we have right here. These games are won and lost between usually 1 or 2 plays. So as of right now, that inside the park home run is that 1 or 2 plays. Now, if the Philippines can flip the script, get something going, the 1 or 2 plays can go in their favor. But you got to play clean and get the for sure outs in a ball game like this.
1-1's cut the other way. Doing a good job to read it. Turn without number 1. Brings up Jax Fontias.
We haven't seen too many balls go to the right side. So for Hearn out there, hasn't been too busy, but always staying heads up. The righty tail taking to the line made that look very easy.
That's the first ball the Philippines have hit to the right side of second. Conversely, Jordan Bowe over at third base has made 5 outs.
Yeah, lockdown defender. They told us coming into the tournament, and we've seen it today. These balls that have been hit her way, a lot of them have been hard, and she has made all of them look really smooth.
Fontias has gone up there trying to do damage. She has now seen 6 pitches and has swung very hard at 4 of them.
Yeah, if she can get her front foot down a little bit earlier, she'll hit a ball fair.
Down on strikes. Strikeout number 2 of the day for Sierra Lewis.
Those are the at-bats that are going to allow Lewis to continue to pitch as well as she has been in the tournament, because she was effective from the beginning, starting ahead of Fonseca's and then continuing to just go right at her with strikes. No point in changing speeds when a batter's behind, and Lewis just continuing to go right at the batters of Philippines.
Relaine Evangelista. The Evangelistas, 3 of the 9 batters in the order, reached base all 10 times they came to the plate yesterday. They today are 0 for 3 with a walk. Called strike. I don't know if they're going up there bunting, but I do like the concept of maybe trying to play a little bit more small ball than the Philippines has been used to.
I think it's a good decision to maybe force Delaware to make some plays, move their feet a little bit more on defense, especially if you haven't barreled up too many balls against Lewis. Just try and switch something up.
2-1-0. Let's go.
Fouled straight back. Still no hits for the Philippines. A walk by the leadoff batter of the game. Only 5 pitches to Rena Rose Evangelista. Philippines were, at least they felt like they were in a great spot. 3 runners today, all walks. And it's 2-2.
Still looks like the Philippines are still a little bit late against Lewis, and so now batters, having seen her twice, the adjustment has to be adjust your timing. So get to your hitting position sooner so you can start your rotational forces. So it's got to be get that front foot down earlier.
Chopped. Lewis, plenty of time. And a 1-2-3 4th. Second clean frame, 13 pitches for Sierra Lewis. 3-0 Delaware. Erica May Gonzalez, that is Erica KC, has been dominant. 15 strikeouts in the tournament, and Delaware could not solve her until the inside the park home run in the 3rd. See how she bounces back now.
Yeah, Gonzalez's rise ball has been dominating the upper part of the zone. The hard part about a rise ball pitcher is their misses tend to be balls that hitters can drive. So you mentioned the inside the park home run, probably a missed rise ball, but down by 3. She has 7 strikeouts still. So she's still been dominating, just a few missed pitches. Just trying to keep her team in this ball game.
It's not just the fact that it's 7 strikeouts, but it's that 6 of them came in a row. Like, it just seemed like Delaware was off balance. And with 1 pitch, the ball game changes.
Yeah, like I mentioned, rise ball pitchers When they miss, it's an easier pitch for hitters to drive, because an up ball, you don't really have to change your posture as a batter. You can just kind of go straight to the ball, be flat to it, and it flies off the bat. Now, a drop ball pitcher, when they miss, it tends to be lower in the zone, so more balls or even more ground balls. So rise ball pitchers, they can be extremely effective, a lot of strikeouts, but also got to be really accurate with your misses.
Middle of the order, Emma Jackson, Sierra Lewis, Jordan Bowe for Delaware. 3-0 coming in, both these teams unbeaten. Battle for the championship of Pool A. That spot gets you a date with the 4 seed out of Pool B tomorrow. The loser likely will be the 2 seed and then face the 3 seed of Pool B. 1-2. Got her with the off speed. Way out in front.
Now Erica May Gonzalez, second time seeing batters changing up speeds, but look at how that falls off the table. It comes in looking like it's going to be at the knees and then ends in the dirt. That's a really beautiful pitch, and you're probably going to see her utilize that more now that these Delaware batters have seen her multiple times.
Pitch misses just inside to Lewis. It was 2 of 11 in the tournament. Did knock in a run yesterday, proved critical. And I think what's the best game of the tournament so far, that 6-5 win over Latin America. Brazil came back, led off with a double in the bottom of the 7th inning, put a run across to make it a 1-run game, and then Delaware was able to fight. Stranded a runner at third base. The celebration was massive afterwards, under the lights, home crowd. This is probably the second biggest thing going on in the area right now. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. They had the special edition of the newspaper out in the stands with the Delaware team on the front cover. The Marlin Fishing Festival that Michael Jordan is in.
I was going to ask you, Joel, what's the second, what can be bigger than this?
It's about a half hour away. That's smoked. Left field, tailing and unplayable. The White Marlin Open is over in Ocean City.
When we asked Clint Lutz about that home crowd yesterday night, they've had a couple night games where it was standing room only. He said that's definitely an advantage for them, especially in those close ball games, just having the crowd on your side.
1-2, she waited on it, and it hung up for Evangelista. That looked like an absolute double.
I did hear the umpire say illegal as this pitch was coming in, so Lewis will probably be getting another chance to hit the ball. I don't know if she can hit it harder than that. Maybe the ball can find some green and drop, but the umpires now coming together. You slightly heard the third base umpire say illegal.
Oh yeah, way off.
And we saw this yesterday quite a bit with Michigan's starting pitcher Addie Taylor struggling with the same kind of thing where your right foot, the one that has to be starting on the rubber, is the first foot to move, so therefore it's not on the rubber when the pitcher is beginning her pitch.
And Rodolfo Iporong is going to ask for an explanation. I think maybe most of all so that he can relay that information to Gonzalez.
It's an illegal pitch. Ball on the batter. Ball on the batter, so we'll put her back in.
So ball on the batter, as you hear the explanation. And as Richard Lewis would say, Robin gets another shot. Three-two. Do it again.
This doesn't happen much as a batter where you put the ball in play. You put the ball in play very well. and then you get another opportunity.
Way high, and Lewis draws the walk. I was going to say, if you're Lewis, you have to kind of feel good about it. I hit the dickens out of the ball. I didn't get on base, but I felt really good, so they're going to let me try again. Like, confidence has to be brewing. We'll get a pinch runner for her.
That was a really good at-bat. I should say a good 2 at-bats. The first one hit hard, comes back, locks back in, and that's hard for the batter and the pitcher. To think that at-bat's over with and then to reset your mind. So a good job by Lewis, who's also pitching in this game, to reset.
Autumn Willie. I'm assuming her favorite food is chicken Alfredo. If it's just Alfredo, we have to have a talk. Bo, a strikeout victim, back in the second inning. One of 8 strikeouts by one of the most dominant strikeout pitchers in the tournament this year. That's on the ground and through. So first and second, Willie gets the stop sign on Bo's second hit of the week.
And I like the adjustments that these Delaware batters are making from at-bat 1 to at-bat 2. The first at-bat struck out, this time better on time, more of a flat and level swing. As soon as her front foot's down and she gets to bat lag, so the barrel's getting on plane, it's staying on plane. Very flat through the zone. That's how you beat a rise ball pitcher.
And now Brock, who K'd on 3 pitches back in the second, takes upstairs. One out, 2-1. You know, we've talked to a lot of these coaches about where some of their athletes are looking to go play collegiately. And Delaware has a nice little cohort looking to stay home and play at Delaware Tech locally. Delaware Tech is actually where Ava Brock's father played initially. We talked about him going on to play for the Marlins organization. He started at Delaware Tech. Her grandfather was his coach at Delaware Tech. There is a nice little proud pipeline of people from this region staying home to play for that squad. That one was upstairs on the swing and miss. And maybe a forced swing because players know that's getting called a strike.
Yeah, Erica May Gonzalez is taking advantage of that upper part of the zone. I mean, she's a rise ball pitcher, so she must love that part. Doing a good job of staying there and continuing to entice the batters to swing at her pitcher's pitches. She has incredible spin on it, getting her fingers underneath the ball.
Swing over, Ford, let's go. Come on, Ava.
A ball and 2 strikes to Brock. 2 on, 1 out. And the at-bat continues. Brock is actually one of those set to go to Delaware Tech, along with Carly Kruger, Tamora Harris, McKenna Blades,
On time, get on top. Let's go.
Michaela Eikenberry.
It's a family tradition for Ava Brock.
Bat on ball, playable for a hot second. Almost a nice one-hand catch on the bounce.
Big knock, Ford, let's go.
You got to be real heads up in this park. A lot of people walking around.
It almost took out the Michigan team sitting at a picnic table back there. 2-2 again. Same spot. And, oh! There's almost a nice catch on the hop by one of the Filipino fans.
Swing it down, Ford, let's go.
Those are the type of balls that are bouncing on the concrete. You want to go catch it in the air. Because that hop, there is no telling where it's going to go.
8th pitch. We will get a 9th. This ain't even the longest bat of the day for Delaware.
Ava Brock, this is a really good at-bat. She struck out on a rise ball her first at-bat. And the second one, she's battled pitches off and then let the ones go that are a little bit higher. Done a great job of selecting her pitch.
Toward left center field and dropping, and it's past Evangelista. That plates Willie. Ball with the wave. The relay is in time. And the tag is applied. I don't think it ever happened initially. Panteria was taken out. And when she sat up, she applied the tag to Bo for the out.
And I think there's definitely going to be a meeting. First, you really hope these two players are okay. Brock, one of the best at-bats of this game so far, fouled off a ton of pitches, stayed with the rise ball, top half, able to drive the ball into the gap. Plate 1 RBI. Now I think the umpires are meeting about this second play right here of a maybe potential obstruction, but that was a really hard collision between Bo and Panteria, the catcher, especially Panteria. You see how when she falls back, her kind of head whips. She's standing up, Bo's standing up, so they look to be all right, but now the conversation is between the umpires. Initial call was an out, and I just saw them correct it and say safe. I think that's got to be called obstruction by Panteria, the catcher.
So the issue, and there's going to be an argument from the Philippines, is that Panteria is standing in the baseline as opposed to out in front of the plate and then applying the tag. So Bo has basically the right to go home.
Yeah, obstruction's a really tough call, especially for catchers, because you have to give the the base runner a lane. So if I'm Panteria on that call, I'm actually going to give Bo the front part of the plate, let the ball travel further in. So I'm going to stand in the foul territory, catch the ball in foul territory, and apply a hard tag. Standing right in the middle of the base path, I think, is where that obstruction call comes from. You can give them a lane on either side. You can give them the inside part or the back half, but you can't block the entire part. So just a tough decision for catchers to make, because you always want to go for the ball, but something that you have to practice, your positioning when catching it.
But foul. RBI 6 and 7 for Ava Brock. Now the tough part is if that ball had made it there a half second earlier, then Panteria is standing in the baseline with the ball waiting for the runner, and she's completely fine.
Exactly. If you're waiting for the runner, if the ball has definitely beat the runner, then the obstruction call is off. It's the bang-bang that makes it a tough one. I have to go back to that at-bat by Ava Braga. I think that's the best at-bat of the day. Saw a ton of pitches, fouled off a ton, left a lot of those borderline rise balls away, and then attacked one, finally made the adjustment of hitting top half, and then was able to plate 2 for her team.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Sophia Bowen. Went down looking in the third. Go, 5-0 lead for Delaware. Cuts right through it.
That pitch is what makes Erica May Gonzalez even tougher. She worked it low after throwing it up in the zone, so it kind of surprises the batter, but then they know they have to swing because that is borderline pitch to go for.
Turn over the lineup for Journey Hearn. First pitch strike. What a bizarre line today. Gonzalez has allowed 5 hits, 3 of them singles, has struck out 9, but trails 5-0.
Yeah, it's been between those 1 or 2 clutch hits. So winning championships is always about pitching, defense, and clutch hitting. Pitching for both sides has been there. Defense has been there. Philippines maybe a missed cue here or there, but it has really been Delaware's clutch hitting. So not just getting hits, but getting hits while runners are in scoring position. That's been the difference in why Delaware, if they can get this win, puts them in a great position to win this tournament.
Hammered foul. I mean, if you think about the clutch hitting aspect of it, this is batter number 19. So half of the batters for Delaware have struck out, which means in the other half, 9 people, they've been able to produce 5 runs.
Yeah, so not very many balls in play with those 9 strikeouts and 19 batters. Just that's the definition of being clutch. When it matters most, they're able to get it done.
If you got a chair nearby, go ahead and pull it up. 1 and 2 to Journey Hearn. She has seen a grand total of 24 pitches, 25 pitches now in 3 trips to the dish. It'll be 26.
Erica May Gonzalez, when she uses her changeup, makes her more effective. And now having seen this top of the lineup multiple times, I think it's something she should definitely utilize, especially against Hearn. Maybe a changeup on the outside, get her to hit something fair. She makes the pitcher work so hard. So as a pitcher, you want to help yourself out. Help yourself out, get out of this at bat faster.
Hey, this is remarkable. Journey Hearn has seen 27 of the 69 pitches that Gonzalez has thrown. Two. Roped.
You can hear fans saying, Journey, you're all over it. And she's been all over it from pitch 1 at bat 1.
I know. Like, thanks, Dad. I'm trying.
Just battling in the box.
Hearn has fouled off 14 pitches and works her 3rd full count.
And I think that's kind of the area that Erica May Gonzalez should try and stick with against Hearn. The outside pitch, but keeping it low and maybe changing the speeds in that location.
First payoff. Because you knew there was going to be another. As a hitter, when you're in these types of situations, are you getting more confident or are you getting more on edge as you continue to see pitches?
Definitely more confident. After 15 pitches, there's nothing that Gonzalez can throw that you probably haven't seen, or a variation of the pitch that she's going to throw.
And draws a walk. That's her first today with all the pitches that she has seen. And it's the second walk issued by Gonzalez both this inning. The other one to Lewis wound up leading to a run. It is 5-0 Delaware. Lutz singled, scored in the 3rd. Runner goes. And with a runner at 3rd base, Panzeria wisely puts the ball in her pocket. That Hearn walk was so long, I forgot Ava Brock was at 3rd base.
I did have to look up a few times just to make sure she was still there. Didn't try and go in the dugout and take a rest.
Little looper. Off the glove of Evangelista. 6-0 Delaware. RBI for Adeline Lutz.
And Adeline Lutz hasn't necessarily hit the ball the hardest, but she's the one that's been level both at bats where she's gotten on base. This pitch is at her letters, and she still stays on it, putting pressure on the Philippines defense. You mentioned how many strikeouts Gonzalez has had, so not as many playable balls in the field, so that can make a defense play on their heels a little bit more, so when the ball is finally hit to them, they're not as ready as a pitcher who gets more ground balls.
Ropes to left. That plates another, and Delaware starts into the flirtatious territory with the run rule. 10 after 5. You send one over the fence here, you're up 10-0. And certainly Carly Kruger, Kimora Harris, Emma Jackson, heart of the order, all have the ability to do it. Kimora Harris is the batter.
We've seen Kimora Harris do it multiple times in this tournament. And it looks like there's going to be a pitching change for the Philippines. Going to the lefty, Princess Sioson. We've seen her already have an appearance last night. What I like most about her, the lefty, haven't seen lefties in the circle in this tournament, but I liked how calm and composed she has been. Coaches say that she is ready no matter the situation. It doesn't faze her, and so, like you said, getting into a run rule territory, this is the perfect time to make that switch and put in a pitcher who this situation is not going to affect her.
23 pitches yesterday, got one out. Gave up a hit and a run as the starter for the Philippines. Now, she's been playing first base. She's clearly warm. She's been playing the whole game. But there is warm and there is, like, pitching game warm. What does she need to get herself going in a massive spot here on the dot?
Well, she can look at the scoreboard and see 2 outs. So just needing 1 out can mentally change the situation in your head versus coming in maybe no outs, 1 out, and you got to do a little bit more work. So knowing she just needs 1 out, trusting her defense, knowing she kind of has the advantage over the batters that this is their first at bat against her, so doesn't know exactly what she can throw. So if I'm Princess Young, so I'm gonna go right at this first batter and trust my defense behind me.
First pitch swinging, Harris knocks it into left field. The tournament leader in RBI adds an 11th to her tally. Looks, scores, and it is 8-0 Delaware.
And just attacking the very first pitch that she sees, one of the most level swings. That's why she has as many RBIs in this tournament as she does, is attacking, being on time, being on the same plane as the pitch. And when you do those 3 things, good things tend to happen.
Jackson fouls one off. It's now back-to-back batters going first pitch hunting against a brand new pitcher. Kind of like the idea, right? Not just a new pitcher, but she's coming over from first base. I don't want to give you time to figure it out.
Absolutely, and it's kind of defeating as a pitcher. You don't ever get settled in. No one's taking pitches, they're attacking, so you got to be on your A game from your first pitch.
Jackson with 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. 10th batter of the inning. Struck out twice against Gonzalez, so maybe the happiest person to see a new pitcher. Change up, popped up. And Panteria just couldn't find it fast enough.
Just good effort by Panteria behind the plate. Having to catch multiple pitchers in this inning. We've talked about it being hot. Panteria's in gear behind the plate, working every single pitch to help her pitcher out and then laying out. That should give you confidence as a pitcher that your teammates have your back and willing to literally lay out for you.
High. Walk, single, single, strikeout, walk, error, single, single. Here in the 4th inning for Delaware. Skipping home. And we talk about all the strikeouts that Gonzalez had. 9 of them, but most of them came the first time through the orders. So Delaware became much more comfortable back half of the 3rd and here into the 4th inning.
I was just about to say the adjustments as a coach is what you love most. From at bat to at bat, your team learning and getting better.
Hit hard, right to short. And Evangelista makes good after the earlier error. But Delaware plates 5, 8-0 in the 4th. Nothing Delaware The home team bats figuring it out in the 4th inning.
Yeah, the name of the game is if you can score every inning, you'll be on the right track. The first inning, Harris able to get it started, and then Delaware just heating up. Inside the park home run. I think this is really where the game started to have all the momentum on Delaware's side. 4th inning, Ava Brock, I think the best at-bat of the game. A little collision at home. This game has had a little bit of everything. Glad those two are okay, but we were talking about this off air. We're kind of surprised to see Sierra Lewis still in the circle. Over 100 pitches yesterday. Her team has an 8-run lead. This is the game to get the #1 spot in this pool. And so you're wondering why they might not save a little bit of her arm in this heat to be able to last the entire rest of the elimination part of the tournament.
Well, she pitched on Tuesday. She pitched on Wednesday. You mentioned over 100 pitches. Pitching today, you know she's going to pitch in an elimination game tomorrow and probably another one after that. Delaware is going to ride Sierra Lewis's arm as it did a year ago when this team finished runners-up to Michigan. Lewis pitched in the championship game, and Clint Lutz was very honest. There is a chip on the shoulder after Delaware was run-ruled in the final last year. They want to come back and get some. They want that trophy. And Evangelista draws a 4-pitch walk to start things in the 5th.
Yeah, when you lose in the championship, but especially by run rule, that fires you up. And these players have been waiting a long time to get back to this tournament. So I know if there's any team that's ready for the elimination part to start, it's definitely Delaware. And if they can keep the score as is, or even scratch a few more across, get this win, that's a great way to propel yourself with confidence into the elimination.
Carlene Jade Santos, winning pitcher yesterday for the Philippines, popped out to 3rd in the 3rd. Make it 1-1. Lewis had fallen behind the first 2 batters here in the 5th. We know that Eikenberry would be the next arm up for Delaware today after Kenny Blades, indisputably the best name in the tournament, pitched in relief yesterday.
That's a good name, Kenny Blades. Sounds like, I've said it before this tournament, sounds like an athlete. So she's in the right spot, the right place, playing on this big stage.
The other way, tough read, going back on it. Nice recovery by Hearn, but she can't hang on. Around second, gonna force the issue. Evangelista goes corner to corner. Santos holds it first. It is 8-0, but life for the Philippines.
We haven't seen too many balls hit to right field. Santos does a good job letting this one travel, but Hearn, the right fielder, her first step was in, so it made her 1 step behind on being able to catch this ball and secure it. As an outfielder, your first step when the ball is at your head or above, you want to go backwards. So just game of inches. You can see right there it play out.
First pitch strike to Sioson. Bottom of the order. That is the first potential hit of the day for the Philippines. Still awaiting the official hit or error designation. Ball certainly should have been caught. Also could be a tough error to take. 1-1.
I mean, Hearn in right field is an athlete. So that ball, when you think about where it landed, it was pretty deep in right field. And then when it's a right-handed batter, it's going to tell towards the line. So that ball is moving as it's in the air. I think with her athleticism, she can make that play if she gets the right read, but it's also not an easy play.
Philippines with a walk in the first, 2 in the 3rd. And then the 2 on base here to start the 5th. For a team that had 36 runs in its first 3 games. And it is officially a single for Carlene Jade Santos. Chopper, Lewis has to wait. Gathers quickly, and Evangelista was almost caught in no woman's land. One down.
And that swing worked because it moved the runner from first to second to in scoring position. A good job by Lewis as she's approaching the ball to check the runner at third base. And I think it was a smart decision by the Philippines not to go home, make the first out at home. That's always a rule of thumb in the game of softball. And when you're down by 8, base runners are important. And so if you make that out, the momentum can shift back to Delaware's side. Now you don't have 2 runners on. I should say 2 runners on in scoring position.
Evangelista at the top of the order. It's a tough take. Delaware thought it had a strike. Then you can see Lewis shaking her head, looking at Bowen coming out. It's a smart job by the defense to say, all right, let's huddle up. Reset button.
And they're even laughing and joking in the circle. So a good decision for them to reset. Sometimes when you don't agree with the call, it's nice to get in the circle with your teammates and talk about it. Let that maybe frustration go, have a laugh, reset yourself.
2-0. 3-0. There is nobody actively throwing for Delaware. The fact that it's 8-0, you have a little bit of comfort. But if it becomes 8-3, 8-4, you certainly want to have an option up and ready. Walk number 4, bases are loaded. Walk number 5, excuse me, bases are loaded.
Number 16.
I think a little bit of that frustration kind of got to Lewis, but they are going to make the change.
It will be Michaela Eikenberry. The 17-year-old comes in with the bases loaded in a tough spot. We'll tell you more about her once we come on back. Four and a third this afternoon for Sierra Lewis. She allows 1 hit. 5 walks, though, with a couple of strikeouts, and departs with the bases loaded and an 8-run lead here in the 5th inning. Honestly, all in a day's work. She's pitched 3 consecutive days, and she's given her team a chance to win in all of them.
Yeah, she's given her team a chance. She's also played really good defense. Her defense has had her back. The Achilles heel for her has just been those 5 walks yesterday, 5 walks today, put a little bit more pitches on her arm, but now Eikenberry in the circle, a crafty pitcher who can be really good at being accurate and hit her spot. So definitely a pitcher you can bring in to a bases loaded situation in a zone that's kind of been tight.
You ever heard of her favorite player?
I didn't see it.
Miss Pickens.
Oh, Carlin, yeah, I've heard a few things about her. I've talked to her just a few times.
Outside corner strike, Eikenberry's favorite team, the Tennessee Volunteers.
And I can be in agreement with Eikenberry on that one.
No bias.
Nope, nah, no bias. Just a special little connection. I don't have to share it.
1-1 count, bases full. 2 walks and a single. Nice paint job on the outside corner. And it's 1-2 to Herodias, who was one of those 5 walks back in the 3rd. 1-2. Flipped. We'll do it again. Eikenberry's second appearance. She went an inning and 2/3 a couple of days ago. 23 pitches, scoreless.
That was a good job by Herodias to spoil that off speed. The first time that this Philippines lineup has seen Eikenberry.
Grounder towards short and to the bag. Spin on to first, not in time. That would have been the sickest double play of the tournament. Instead, it's one on the fielder's choice, and a run scores.
Harris has been so fun to watch this tournament. Does exactly what she should on this ball. It's taking her up the middle, so rather than trying to flip her hips and throw the ball home to that force, she gets the easy out 1-2. And like you said, could have been the sickest double play. If she was able to turn that with the spin, we've said it multiple times. Her coaches say she's one of the most gifted athletes, and she's been showing off here all of those wonderful gifts, the athleticism, her hitting, just every part of her game has been so fun to watch and talk about.
Sheena Joy Panteria, 6 for 12 in the tournament, 0 for 2 today. Has driven home 7. That ranks second in the Senior League World Series. 2 out there to bring home. Strike, runner goes. May as well take the bag. Figure Bowen's not going to throw. Doesn't want to cede territory to Jade Santos at third base. Swings through it. Went high, went off speed. 2-2.
Eikenberry's doing a great job coming into this game and throwing strikes. I think this is the second time we have seen batter Panteria switch helmets during her at bat. There just must be a certain feeling she's looking for in comfortability with her head.
Better ear flaps. 2-2. Ground ball toward Harris, has it. Much more time to first. 6-3, and Kimora Harris is the defensive star to get out of the jam. Philippines get just 1. Only one team can be undefeated in each pool because math. The winner of this game wins the pool, takes on the number 4 seed in Pool B, which right now is the team from Irmo, South Carolina. And Delaware can decide it in this inning if it wants to. 3 runs would end it. 10+ runs after 5 innings. Sitting here at 8-1. And Sierra Lewis will lead things off against her counterpart in the circle, Erica May Gonzalez. Tale of 2 very different games for Gonzalez. 9 strikeouts, but also 8 runs. And Siosin, in the circle after replacing Gonzalez for the final 2 batters of the last inning.
If you're Sierra Lewis and you've pitched a ton of this game, you might be telling your dugout, hey, let's end this one early. Let's go get in some air conditioning. Let's go get some rest. They had a late night yesterday. Clint Lutz told us that they didn't get home until about 1, so they knew they weren't asleep until between 1 and 2.
The ice cream truck just arrived, so
maybe if they can end it early, they can go home and get some ice cream.
Lewis off to first base.
Brings up number 15.
Quite literally, like I looked over my shoulder and the truck was doing a circle into the lot.
And Joel, you weren't here a couple days ago when we got ice cream delivered to us mid-game. And it looks like that ball just kind of got the elbow of Lewis down to first. But the ice cream has been good. The play has been good. It doesn't get better than this.
On the ground and through the glove of Evangelista. Bowen, that's a single and an error in the outfield, and the wave around third for Lewis. 9-1, and the count is 2 needed to end the game.
As soon as the Philippines made this pitching change with Princess Diosone, Delaware has been on straight attack mode. That is a really good swing, great posture. The batter, Bo, was perfectly in plane. She allows that back knee to get her barrel on plane, and then kind of the bobble and left by Carlene Jade Santos allows Sierra Lewis to get around the bases. Now Bo in scoring position. 1 run closer to ending this game early for Delaware.
First pitch strike.
Batters number 4, Ava Brock.
Ava Brock had, I think, the best at-bat of this game against the previous pitcher, Erica May Gonzalez. She was Dylan. I know the score doesn't necessarily reflect that she had a ton of strikeouts, but Ava Brock, towards the end of Gonzalez's time in the circle, really made the adjustment and propelled her team forward.
Takes downstairs to make it 2-1. Strikeout in the second for Brock. Came back with a 2-run single in the fourth, so the picture of adjustments at the bottom of the order for Delaware. 2 in scoring position. Flies to center. Catch made. 1 in scoring position. Brock is out. And there is 1 away. And here is Sophia Bowen. 17-year-old. Her older brother, Tyler, is her favorite athlete. Played collegiately at Division II Lander and was set to transfer to Oregon, except the Phillies had other ideas. They drafted him in the 12th round last year as a relief pitcher. To get drafted out of Division II as a relief pitcher. Major League clubs gotta love your stuff. He is in A-ball right now with Clearwater. Ground ball, back up the middle. That's a base hit. First of the tournament for Bowen. Bo rounds third to score. And Delaware needs 1 run for the run rule here in the 5th.
Just a good job at passing the bat. Bowen on time. As soon as she gets the front foot down, her rotation starts with that back hip. I do like that the Philippines are cutting balls off and limiting the batter to be able to get the next base. So an adjustment from them defensively. We saw a collision earlier in this game because they made that long throw home, and so the past 2 batters, they've cut the ball, held the ball to not allow runners to get those extra bases, and when they are 1 run away from ending this game, you have to limit those extra bases on potential miscues.
Chloe Tone is the base runner. She got plenty of time. Journey Hearn is the batter. 3 full counts in 3 trips to the plate. In the middle of her last plate appearance, had quite literally seen 1/3 of the pitches that the starter Gonzalez had thrown. That ain't supposed to happen.
I was about to say, Joel, I think I'm gonna move the chair that's behind me and maybe sit down because we could be here for a while with Hearn, which is credit to Hearn of being an absolute leadoff, getting on base, seeing as many pitches as possible. Usually you ask your leadoff to do one of the two, get on base or see a lot of pitches, and she has done both during all of her at-bats. So kind of a coach's dream first batter to get things going for your team.
"34th pitch she's seen is a changeup for a strike. It's 2-2.
Sionsa, the lefty, able to go away and look different to Hearn. So maybe that might be the key factor, staying away to Hearn so she can't necessarily pull it foul.
2-2 ripped. That is not foul. It is deep. It's off the wall. First hit of the day for Hearn. Stop sign at third for the pinch runner Tone. It's a double. And Delaware just needs a base hit to win this via run rule.
And Hearn looking to hit a ball fair all day. You can even see her pause after she hit it, probably looking to see if it can stay fair. Crushes this ball just a few feet from going out of the park. And like you said, Joel, Delaware just needs a base hit, but if you're the batter right now, you don't even think base hit. You probably just think deep fly ball, any way to get one run across, get your team in the shade to move on.
One out. It's a bunt. Fielded, coming home, and Tone is out. Good defense by the Philippines. Runners now at the corners. Now you do need the hit.
Yeah, an interesting decision for base runner to go home. The bunt was in front of her the entire time. The first baseman had kind of an easy play to go. I think even if it was kind of like a squeeze, because it's in front of you, stop, go back.
Runner fakes. Boy, that'd be a tough way to lose a game. Throwing down to second on a steal.
Yeah, very smart by Interia to understand how important that run is at third base.
Kruger the other way. Curling off the arm of Fontias, and Delaware wins.
And Delaware last night, close ball game today. Their coach told us coming in it was a long night, had to kind of get them going today, and I think it's safe to say that they are very much awake, very much eager to continue moving on in this tournament. Look at the sportsmanship from the Philippines, all coming over to the right fielder for Tilius after she dropped that ball that allowed the run to score. Just picking her up. A lot of smiles from the Philippines. They're still very much in this tournament. Looking like they're going to be the 2 spot in this pool. But this Delaware team absolutely dominated today.
4th RBI of the game for Carly Kruger. And Delaware wins it 11-1. You talk about the sportsmanship. The Philippines will line up now. And you see the bow that they just made both towards their opponents and towards their supporting fans. Pool play continues. Czechia and Michigan coming up as we roll along from Delaware. For Riley West, my name is Joel Godet. Stick with us at the slower lower of Delaware.